I knew something was wrong the moment he said it. "Hey, we're going out to dinner tomorrow," my husband said casually, like it was nothing. I didn't think much of it at first. Daniel liked planning things occasionally, especially when he thought we hadn't spent enough time together. "Where?" I asked. "Just a place downtown," he said. "I think you'll like it." There was something about the way he said it that made me pause. Too calm. Too deliberate. But I brushed it off. Because the truth was, I had much bigger things to worry about. For the past 5 months, I had been having an affair, and the man I was seeing had a wife. Ryan and I met through work. He was everything my husband wasn't. Confident, outgoing, exciting. The kind of person who made everything feel intense and alive. At first, it was just conversation. Then, flirting. Then something more. I knew he was married from the beginning. That should have stopped me. But it didn't. Because Ryan had an explanation ready for everything. "We're basically done," he told me. "We just haven't made it official yet." They're only together because of the house. I believed him. Or maybe I just wanted to. Because believing him made it easier to justify what I was doing. The affair escalated quickly. Late nights, hidden messages, excuses that got easier every time I used them. And the whole time I told myself Daniel had no idea. He never questioned me, never checked my phone, never seemed suspicious. If anything, he acted the same as always. Calm, quiet, predictable. The night before the dinner, Ryan texted me. "Wish I could see you tonight." I smiled at my phone like an idiot. "Tomorrow," I replied. "Busy tonight." "Your husband again?" he joked. I hesitated for a second. "Yeah. Won't be forever," he said. I wanted to believe that. I really did. The next evening, Daniel drove us to the restaurant. The entire ride felt strange. He didn't talk much, just kept his eyes on the road. "You okay?" I asked. "Yeah," he said. "Just thinking." Something about his tone made my stomach tighten, but I didn't push it. The restaurant was nice. Not overly fancy, but definitely more upscale than our usual places. When we walked in, the hostess smiled at Daniel like she recognized him. "Your table is ready," she said. That's when the unease really started to build. "You made a reservation?" I asked. Daniel nodded. "For 4. My heart skipped a beat. "For 4? Yeah." I felt a chill run through me. "Who else is coming?" Daniel looked at me briefly. "You'll see." They led us to a table in the back, and that's when I saw them, Ryan, and a woman sitting next to him. My entire body went numb. Ryan looked just as shocked as I felt. The woman next to him smiled politely. "Hi," she said. "You must be Daniel's wife." I couldn't speak. My brain was struggling to process what I was seeing. Daniel pulled out my chair like everything was normal. "Go ahead, sit," he said. I sat down slowly. Ryan wouldn't even look at me. The woman extended her hand. "I'm Emily," she said. "Ryan's wife." The words hit me like a punch to the chest. I felt like I was going to be sick. "Nice to meet you," I managed to say. My voice didn't sound like my own. For a few minutes, the conversation was painfully normal. Emily talked about her job. Daniel asked questions. Ryan sat there in silence. I barely said anything. My heart was racing so fast I thought it might explode. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. I looked at Daniel. "What is this?" He smiled slightly. "Dinner." "Don't do that," I said quietly. "You know what I mean." He leaned back in his chair. "I thought it would be good for everyone to meet." My stomach dropped. "Why?" Daniel looked at me calmly. Because I think it's time we all stop pretending. The table went silent. Emily frowned slightly. Pretending about what? Ryan shifted uncomfortably. Daniel, he started, but Daniel cut him off. About the fact that you and my wife have been sleeping together for the past 5 months. The words hung in the air like a bomb. Emily's face went completely still. What? She said. Ryan looked like he was about to pass out. It's not, he started. Don't, Daniel said calmly. Just don't. Emily turned to Ryan. Is that true? Ryan didn't answer, and that was answer enough. The look on Emily's face changed instantly. Shock. Then anger. Then something deeper. Something broken. I couldn't breathe. Daniel, please. But he ignored me. I thought it would be better if everything came out in the open, he continued. Emily stood up suddenly. Are you serious right now? She said, her voice shaking. Ryan tried to grab her arm. Emily, wait. She pulled away. How long? She demanded. Ryan didn't answer. How long? She repeated, louder this time. 5 months, he said quietly. Emily laughed bitterly. 5 months. Then she looked at me. I couldn't even meet her eyes. You knew he was married? She asked. I nodded slowly. That seemed to hurt her more than anything else. She shook her head. Unbelievable. Daniel finally stood up. I think we're done here. Emily grabbed her bag. So are we, she said, looking at Ryan. And just like that, she walked away. Ryan hesitated for a moment before following her. He didn't even look back at me. I sat there in silence. My entire world felt like it was collapsing. Why would you do that? I whispered. Daniel looked at me calmly. Because I wanted you to see it. See what? He met my eyes. That this wasn't some romantic escape. That it was just 2 people lying to the people who trusted them. Tears started to form in my eyes. I'm sorry, I said. He nodded slightly. I know. But that doesn't change anything. My chest tightened. What do you mean? I filed for divorce last week. The words hit me harder than anything else that night. You already decided? Daniel nodded. The moment I found out, I felt like everything was slipping away. Daniel, please. But he shook his head. You didn't just cheat, he said quietly. You chose someone else. He stood up. And now you get to live with that choice. I never saw Ryan again after that night. And a year later, I still think about that dinner. Not because of the chaos, not because of the humiliation, but because of the moment I realized something I wish I had understood sooner. It was never about love. It was about escape. And by the time I saw the difference, it was already too late.